What is good, YouTube world? It's Coffee. Tapping back in with another one with the news. Y'all know what it is, man. We got a lot of news going on. Some hip hop, sports, some TV, all that. We talk it all over here. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe. But more importantly, as always, make sure to hit the comments and join that discussion. So no delays. This first news story that we're tapping into is just a fucked up situation. Like, for real. I feel bad for this individual, Brittany Griner. Y'all know she's been sitting in a Russian prison cell for a minute. It's been months. I haven't heard an update on this for the longest time. Billy Joel voice. And we know, reportedly there was some efforts being made, but to no avail. You know what I mean? No results. She's just locked up and, reportedly she's facing a lot of time, right? Well, Roy Jones Jr. is getting involved, and I was totally unaware that Roy Jones Jr. has dual citizenship, United States and Russia. That sounds crazy, right? Like, I had no idea that Roy had it, but I just had no idea that, obviously I know what dual citizenship is. I have someone in my family, who has it, US and Canada, but US and Russia, I'm just shocked, as we don't really fuck with each other like that, these countries, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely sounded odd to me, and then I was totally out of the loop and shocked to find out that later in Roy Jones's career, between 2011 and 2015, he was fighting over there a lot and became like a fan favorite. They fuck with him. You see he's got some pictures with Putin, and I guess he has a friend who's a reporter who works with Putin a lot, I guess. And I don't know if he's meeting with him himself or he's just trying to get in this reporter that he knows, ear to go holler at Putin. But he did this interview talking with TMZ Sports, I believe, and I'm glad he's getting involved. I'm glad someone is, right? Like, comment, you guys feel really bad for her as well? I know some people may say, she fucked up. What does she have, like cannabis oil or something? Come on, man. She's been locked up all this time, and there was a lot of other ish going on that I was hearing about. Like, there was a couple other U.S. citizens that were locked up, and no one ever, people always claim they're innocent, but a couple of them that I was reading up on, there was just some fishy things about the cases, as well with this case with Brittany Griner, you know what I mean? So hopefully Roy Jones can get her out. But he said, I had a friend, a couple of my friends that I knew, I called and I asked him, is there any way we can try to facilitate, because I don't do politics, I'm a sports figure, and they love me as a sports figure. Is there any way we can use my sports influence to possibly get anything arranged to help get Brittany home? Like, real talk, Roy, this is dope that Roy's doing this. Comment, guys, if you think he has a shot at this. Can he flex his, I don't want to say clout muscles. I'm so sick of hearing the term clout, that you hear it a billion times in the blogosphere, you know what I mean? But, the pull he has, being a boxing sensation over there. And again, comment too if y'all knew that he boxed in Russia like that they fucked with him. I had no clue. But his friend is close to Putin, and he believes he can find a way, to make direct contact. And then he says, one of my guys is like, he's the right-hand man to the office of Mr. Putin. So he's high up on the political scheme. He's a reporter, and he usually does most of the reporting for Mr. Putin, so he can go make direct contact with whoever necessary to help me. So, that's like a pretty close connection there. You know what I mean? Like, the right-hand man to Putin, dealing with the media and everything like that. And I believe that's it as far as what he said in this interview. But something's got to be done, man. Like, this is just twisted. Comment again, what do you think about this? For real, I totally forgot about this situation. Like, it was getting some news coverage, they couldn't get her out, and it just kind of faded away, out of the news cycle. So I don't know, stay tuned, we'll definitely update you on that. Hopefully Brittany can come home. For real, like, can you imagine being in her shoes, just sitting there in this Russian prison. This is just all the way fucked up. Moving along though, WWE hit the headlines just the other day. This big scandal. Vince McMahon got exposed that he paid off some hush money. You know, that he was fucking around with employees, and I covered it in another video. And then they allegedly, reportedly saying there was other situations like that had went on, and McMahon stepped down. That's crazy. I still can't believe it. Jay Milley or someone who watched SmackDown or whatever the other night, did Vince appear and talk about this? I didn't even check into it. This story's crazy. But anyways, WWE, this is bad press, right? So they shared this earlier, and this is impressive though, that John Cena has granted more wishes in Make-A-Wish Foundation history than any other celebrity. 650 wishes. That's a lot. And they're pumping this out because they're like, let's get off all this McMahon controversy-ish. Shout out John Cena. It's Cena month. But obviously they're trying to divert the attention, but that's impressive. Like, Cena is a good dude. I don't know, is he gonna come back to WWE anymore? Like, I know ultimately it seems he's trying to follow in The Rock's footsteps, and he's done a lot of acting, but I know he was popping back in and out of wrestling for a couple months at a time. But it feels like it's been a minute since he's been around. How about this though, man? J. Cole is always, recognized as just an everyday type of individual. He doesn't want to be flossing hard and flexing and everything. There's been footage of him riding a bike around the city just like a normal everyday dude. And we know he's also been playing basketball in Canada, but I believe that's on hold right now. They're saving his roster spot, but I think he's doing this little tour or whatever. And comment if y'all flucked with that Dreamville album that just came out, like a couple months ago. I thought it was pretty dope, man. But this dude ran into him, and I guess his card wasn't working at a fast food joint. And J. Cole was like, yo, I got you. And you see they ended up snapping a picture together. And J. Cole was showing that he's listening to the new Drake Overdrive. So he's supporting Drake. Again, I want to know who's flucking with this Drake album. This surprise album, right? But yeah, J. Cole supporting Drake, helping out one of the fans. That's lit, man. Could you imagine that though, just being at, I don't know, McDonald's or wherever you're at, card ain't working. That happens too. I've had my card fluck up when I got money in there, and it's like, you know what I mean? That ish is so aggravating. You're there, everyone's thinking, this broke bastard just fronting like, nah, I really got money in here. I don't know what's going on, but shout out J. Cole for doing that. Yo, I don't know if you guys seen this picture doing its rounds on social media. This is kind of funny. The police, whoever got bagged up and arrested, they're extra mad. I guess in Louisiana, Gretna, Louisiana, they did a drug bust, right? Seized how much? 100 pounds of weed. That's a lot of weed, yo. 100 pounds of weed. And when they did the photo op, right, for the media or whatever, I guess this canine, they were saying played a big role in the bust. So they took whoever was slanging them pounds, jewels. They had a chain and a watch. Chain valued at $15,000 and the watch valued at $50,000. And they put it on the dog. The dog don't know what the fuck's going on, right? I mean, it's funny. But the way they're reporting this, they're like, the dog did an extra good job. So they wanted to let the dog feel good. The dog don't know that, right? Like, I mean, I know dogs are very, very intelligent. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying the dog doesn't know that he's flossing right now. Like, this is silly, right? But I know whoever got bagged up and, got knocked with these 100 pounds. I don't know if it's just one individual or a group of individuals. They're extra mad. Like, everyone that they talk to is probably like, they're calling home from jail and they're like, yo, the dog, the canine, the drug dog, rocking your jewels on the newspaper. Or hell, don't no one really read the newspaper anymore, right? Comment if you still fluck with the newspaper. I miss reading newspapers. I mean, I know they're still around, but they're extra mad. The police feeling that W though, you know what I mean? They wanted to show off a little something. We're going to close this off with some Tupac news, but real quick before we get to that, just talking about Better Call Saul real quick. Comment if y'all rock with this show. I fuck with this show heavy. I have not dived into the new season at all that's currently on right now, as this is indeed the final season. And we've been hearing, you know, Walt and Jesse will be in the show. Walt and Jesse will be in the show. And I'm not sure how far they are through the season, but I guess they're getting close to the end. And, you know, it's being pumped out in the news. Walt and Jesse are about to make their appearance, you know. I wonder what that's going to be like character, storyline wise, though. You know what I mean? Because it's been following Saul, his career, and, you know, he's been rocking with the cartel and everything. And I don't know, like, where does Walt and Jesse come into the picture at this point? You know what I'm saying? As what they say, this is like 5-6 years before Breaking Bad. The events that took place in Breaking Bad, I believe. I don't know. But comment if you've been watching the show, if you've been watching the last season. And here we are, this Tupac news. This is crazy, right? Listen, everyone loves conspiracy theories, and it gets crazier than ever nowadays. It's like every celebrity that dies, there's immediately a million conspiracy videos out there, or they fake their death, etc., etc. But, you know, when it comes to Tupac, I'm pretty sure, you know, we've heard exactly what happened, in my opinion. Comment if you agree with that or not. You know, Keefe D did these interviews. We've heard the whole story about Orlando. That's kind of always what made sense as well. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Tupac hopped into that situation and stalled off on on Orlando, and it was what it was. You know, R.I.P. Pac, the GOAT. You guys remember a couple years ago, Suge Knight's son was talking that Malaysia-ish, cut it out, Suge Jr., whatever his name is. He haven't seen him in the headlines in a while. You know, he was wanting to go viral bad as fuck, man. I remember hearing Reggie Wright Jr. talk about on interviews that Suge Sr. is very unhappy with a lot of the BS that his son does with the internet antics and whatnot. So maybe he told him to chill the fuck out. But why we're talking about Pac now is, this is nuts. It's just been trending all over Twitter. Everyone's going crazy, you know, going back to the conspiracy theories. And you know what it is based on? Tupac's photos. Like, this just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I guess the photos are just so crispy. And, you know, I guess there's still some new photos popping up every now and then, and it just has a lot of people real skeptical, like you see, and the quality of the photos, which I'm guessing they're just like touch up the photo. Can't that be done? I mean, with the computer-ish, right? Like, but you see, this dude says, for someone who died 25 years ago, Pac really took a lot of pics. I mean, he was a huge star. Of course he did. I'm just not understanding this. Tupac has so many fresh pics. It's starting to get suspicious. Tupac was a famous rapper for like 4 years, and he died 25 plus years ago. But somehow they're still releasing new pics of him no one's ever seen before. Tell me how that's possible if he's not still alive. I mean, is there that many never before seen pictures? I know there was like a dude from a hip hop magazine, a photographer or something like that, that had some like official-ish in the cut, in a bodyguard also too, that he just put out recently. But that's it. I don't understand this. Like, these cats are acting like Pac is dropping, you know, 5 new pictures a day or something. Like, he's got an Instagram account that he's active on. You know what I mean? Come on, Pac is deceased. It is what it is. Tupac has better quality pics than Michael Jackson and me. But Pac died in 96. Tupac pics are too clean for someone that died in the 90s. Every day we see a new Pac pic. And you see it just goes on again and again. Like, oh, this one's funny, though, where you see Pac in front of the, like, bushes or whatever. Someone said, yo, how's Pac at the Rock Nation brunch? That's a good caption. That was a good one. I was laughing when I saw that comment, because real talk, the pictures we always see from the Rock Nation brunch really do look like that. Like, that maybe it was the same location. But yeah, that's really it. I think it's a bit crazy, a bit ridiculous. But this thing was really trending like a motherfucker. All these years later, everything's been pretty much laid out for us. What happened, I don't know. Yo, did y'all hear too recently that reportedly Keefe D, I was hearing Vegas police were trying to charge him or something like that, which was wild. I never quite understood how he was going on all these platforms and talking about this. Like, I know he struck a deal with the feds and he, did the whole proffer session and everything like that. But from my understanding, that's all over and done with. I don't know. It's confusing, but the way I've understood it is he could still be prosecuted for this. So the way, that he's really been going and detailing what happened, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, obviously, the story that he tells, the individuals that were in the car, he's the only one still alive, right? But, and he says Orlando was the shooter. But just being there, obviously, that's still participating in a murder. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Comment, let me know what y'all think about that with Keefe D and this whole ish. If it's never quite made sense to you the way he talks about this so openly. But real talk, there was whispers of this recently, like Vegas PD, looking to arrest Keefe D. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And let me know what you think about this ish too, with these Tupac pictures. Like, are the pics that crisp? And again, someone could just touch them up. You could do that. Like, look what you could just do on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, you think these big media outlets and ish don't try to have their ish looking sharp and crispy? Come on, man. Tupac is deceased. R.I.P. to the GOAT. But hit the comments about all this ish, man. That Brittany Griner, Roy Jones Jr. situation. I hope something works out. Come on. She's got to come home. Sitting over there in Russia over, what is it? Again, cannabis oil or weed or something. Come on, man. Come on. Hopefully Roy can work something out. I mean, they fuck with him over there, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching. Sub to the channel. Can't wait to kick it with you guys in the comments about all these stories. Daily videos, music, news, sports, and more. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And I'm gone.